Good morning, class. This is Ishita ma'am, and I'm again back with the teaching learning video for class 9 English. So, I guess you're all well at home and doing all your work on time and not keeping any of the pending works. Okay, so today I'll be doing a lesson on sentence reordering, which will be part of your grammar syllabus. The grammar syllabus of class 9, I have told you that one part of it you have your sentence transformation, of which it is the sentence reordering, which I'm going to do today. Okay, so before I start doing it, I guess you all have done it in your previous classes, especially in class 8 and in class 7 also. So just to brief up that what sentence reordering is, of course you know that there are words which will be all jumbled and you need to arrange the words meaningfully and make meaningful sentences. I have told you in your exams for the finals, you'll be getting 4 sentence reordering carrying 1 mark each. Okay, so 1 into 4, 4 marks you have for this. And let me tell you, the most nearest probable answers are given marks. Okay, so you need to make it all very correct, keeping it in mind that it is all structurally corrected. Okay, it's all correct by the structure and it's all should be meaningful. Okay, so let's just start. So now before we do anything else, let's just see what a sentence is. So a sentence, yes, you all know it right from class 3, 4, you're in each class you're going through this. But in class 9, you must know it all very well. I'm just recapitulating all these things which you have already done in the previous classes. But all these things should be all very properly known before you start ordering the sentences properly. Okay, so before I start anything else, there's just one thing which I'm going to say, that sentence reordering does not have a fixed or specific rules through which you are going to solve it. Okay, you need to be grammatically sound and the arrangements should be all very well and you must use your common sense properly. Okay, with that you'll be able to solve the sentence reordering because there's no fixed rules to solve it. Okay, so what is a sentence? A set of words that is complete in itself, typically containing a subject and a predicate, conveying statement, question, exclamation, or command, and consisting of a main clause and sometimes one or more subordinate clauses. Okay, so again, this is something which you all know. So it's a set of words, of course, it's a set of words, and that must be complete in itself. A sentence should have a complete meaning and it must not rely on something. Once it relies, of course, it's not a sentence but can be a clause or can be a phrase also. So a set of words that is complete in itself, typically containing a subject and a predicate. This is very important, that the sentence must have a subject and a predicate. And why am I saying that this is important? Because the moment you are not able to understand what the subject is or what exactly is the subject of the sentence, then it will be quite very difficult for you to arrange the sentence, because you need to be very much alert that which one is the subject and which is the verb here and what's the object here. You must all be very alert to find that out. Okay, so with the subject and a predicate, and what does it convey? Of course, it conveys a statement. You know that sentences, the kinds of it: statement, question, exclamation, or command, and consisting of a main clause and sometimes one or more subordinate clauses. So you know what clause is, of course. I guess you know, but still to recapitulate, so the clause is that part of the sentence that must have a subject of its own, a finite verb of its own, and it creates most of the sense of the sentence. Okay, so example, see here: 10 army officers were sentenced to life imprisonment. This is an example of statement that I am, through the sentence I am stating a fact. Okay, that 10 army officers were sentenced to life imprisonment. Kinds of sentences you have already done in the previous 3 classes. Again, if I need to remind you that an explanation, an example of question will be and having an interrogation mark or interrogative mark, and which are called interrogative sentences as well, like where is he going and this sort of thing. Again, if I talk about exclamation, yes, exclamation also, what a great day it is, an exclamation mark, or a command, yes, go and sit down, take your place, and these sort of things. So these are the various kinds of sentences. Okay, so when you get the sentence reordering, when you get the reordered words, you don't have the punctuation marks given there. Okay, you just need to write them and arrange the sentence accordingly, right? So let's just move with the next part. So now, what is sentence reordering? You know what a sentence is, but what is the reordering of it? See, it is the arrangement of the words and phrases to form meaningful sentences. This is very important, that the arrangements of the words and phrases should be in a way that it should be all very meaningful. Okay, and the moment you try on making it meaningful, of course it will be ordered in the proper way, right? So example, see here, you will get the questions like the way I have written here, that all the words and phrases will be in between 2 slashes. Okay, now see, written slash the Indian Constitution slash is slash comprehensive slash or slash document slash and. Now here let me tell you the part of the sentence, okay, whether it's a phrase or the words. So the part of the sentence which will be within the 2 slashes, you cannot break them. Like here you see the Indian Constitution. So in the sentence you cannot put the somewhere, Indian somewhere and Constitution somewhere. All these 3 words wherever you place should be placed togetherly. Okay, and with that the single words which are there, you know, you need to arrange it that way. So keep that in mind, that the 2 slashes and in between the part, whether it can be within 2 words or 3 words, let it be, but that part of the sentence will not be broken out. You cannot break it according to your own wish. The words can be arranged as you wish to, but this part also, please take a bit care on this. Now the example here, I have solved it. See, now written the Indian Constitution is comprehensive or document and. So the Indian Constitution is a comprehensive and written document. Okay, so this is how you order your sentences. How to do it, what are the close tricks to do it, all I'll tell, but this is just for you to have an idea that how you get this sentence reordering for your exams. Now, what is it aimed at? Means, why do we have sentence reordering for our subjects or for English? So, it's just to judge how well versed a student is in structuring a sentence. That whether you are alert or you are very grammatically sound to know the structure of the sentence properly, or you can do it well. Now, as we are going these videos, we are going teaching through these videos, I'm not getting any scope to have an interaction with you. Otherwise, I could have make out that how many of you know the structure of the sentence properly. Okay, there are many who are still confused with that whether it will be SVO or SOV. Now, what is SVO and SOV? Now, here are the key words or the concept which you need to make very, very, very clear. Okay, like the very first word that I get here is subject. That is for S. Verb, that's V, and O, that's object. So SVO, when I talk about SVO, it is subject, verb, object. Okay, so these are the concepts which you must all be very sure about. Okay, so still if you have any confusion, I guess everybody of you have got a grammar book at home, and you can have, and you are having a lot of time at home now also, so you can have a look on these very basic concepts of what a subject is, what a verb is, what an object is, because once the school reopens you'll hardly get any time, or rather you'll not feel like going back home and look into your older books for this. But this will be quite very helpful. The more you brush up your all previous works, it's all very neat and clean that you land up with your present syllabus. Okay. Now, the structure of a sentence. Now, what is the structure, or what should be the structure of a sentence? So, this you must keep in mind, that the structure should be arranged in a way that first we will have the subject, and then the helping verb, then the action verb, then the object, and then the other words. Okay. Now, what is the subject of a sentence? Okay. Subject, the hero acting. Okay, or the most important part of the sentence, right? About whom we are talking, or about whom the sentence is stated. Now, for sentence reordering, when you find out subject, you need to see that subjects mainly deal with nouns or pronouns like Ram, Sham, Sita, Gita, okay, Kolkata, Chennai, Kerala, and also it's the pronoun which is there, that is he, she, it, we, all these. So your attention, once you get a sentence, your attention will be to find out the noun or the pronoun of the sentence, because in most cases those prove to be the subject of the sentence. Also, if not noun and pronoun, it is all determiners at times also. Determiners, things that help us to determine something. Predeterminers, determiners, of course, are part of your grammar. You know this. So determiners can be a and the articles. Determiners can be this, that, etc. and all this. Okay. So this will be part of the subject that you'll get mostly in the sentence reordering. Now, what will be coming up with helping verb? You know what helping verbs are? The verbs that will help the main action word with a support. Okay, so helping verbs can be the be verbs like is, are, am, was, were, has, have, of course, the possessive one, has, have, and also the modals must, should, would, ought. So these would prove to be the helping verbs here. So when you arrange the sentence in a sentence reordering, your first work will be to find the subject, and then your work will be to find the helping verb. Now, if you find there's no helping verb and action verb separately, then you must see that it should be the verb which is there. What is the verb? And you must write it down there. Always, it cannot be with the helping verb and the action verb. It can be only a be verb which is there, or it can be only an action verb which is there. So, your work will be to find out or trace out the verb which is there. But I have written it out. Why? Because mostly if it comes in this way, you must be very clear with the fact that the helping verb will be coming in front, and then you have the action verb. Subject, then the helping verb, and then the action verb. Okay? Or the action words which are the main verb here. Like if I talk about that I can play. So I is the subject, can here is the helping verb, and play here is the action verb or the main verb. Action word or the main verb. Okay. And then you have the object, and not necessarily the sentence must have an object always. Right. But the sentences which you are going to get in class 9, of course, they would have the subject and the object as well. So object can be often but not always. And with that you have the other words. Like if evening, I'm going to meet you today. Okay, in the evening. Again, in the evening is a tag which I'm adding out there. So that will be the other words which I'm talking about here. Okay, so this will be the structure of a sentence once you write it out. Now, the tricks to reorder sentences meaningfully. What will be the tricks to reorder the sentences? Of course, meaningfully. So, your step 1 will be read the sentence a number of times. Now, let me tell you, these tricks are not something which you are going to get in your grammar book. Tricks are not the one which you will be saying that, ma'am, we can do something else. Our tricks is something different as well. Yes, of course, your tricks can be different as well. I'm not asking you to follow this, but these generally will help you out to come across with the sentences and to solve them easily. So step one will be to read the sentence a number of times. If you're there in the class also, I go on saying to students that read aloud with the different words. The different words which you are getting, if you go on reading it again and again, you'll find that the sentence are automatically being arranged in front of your eye. Okay, you'll get an idea of what can be the probability of arrange. At least somewhere you'll get a start to it. So number two, step two will be the find the subject. So once you read it, and then your first work will be to find the subject of the sentence. Step 3 will be to find the verb. As I told you, if you don't get helping verb and the main verb separately, you can find only the verb which is there. Okay. Step 4. Arrangement of the rest of the part of the sentence and trying to catch hold of the meaning using common sense. Of course, when you read it out, when you read out the different words, and even though you are not very getting any idea what can it be, you must read it, and with your common sense you can try catching out the meaning, trying out to catch hold the meaning of it. Okay, so if you at least get on the meaning, you can arrange the sentence accordingly. Subject and verb you can arrange, and after that, once you read it, the rest part of the sentence can be arranged in that very way. Now, step 5, numbering of the words and phrases with pencil. Now, this is something which completely depends on you. If you feel like that I don't need to write or use any pencil sort of thing, that's your wish. But I will be saying that if you number the words with 1, 2, 3, 4 like that with pencils, it will be quite easier for you to write. You know what happens, that at times you get confused that whether you have taken this word or not, whether you have counted this word or not, and this way. Because here in class 9 you get lengthier sentences, and there if you write according to you the subject which is there, you put number 1 with pencil. I'm not asking you to do it with pen. Do it in a way so that you can erase it also if you want to. So number 1, you mark the subject. Very good. Number 2 can be, you feel like the verb. Very good. But then again you find a predeterminer and you feel like this can be number 1. So with the pencil, you mark the numbers and try to arrange the sentence first. And once you find that yes, the way you have arranged the numbers, you can write the sentences accordingly. Then you write the sentence in that very way. This is, I find, quite very, user friendly. Okay. Now the examples. See. Now here I would prefer that you don't look into the answers which I give you, but I am left out with no other option but to show the answers as well. So I'll give you worksheets again where you can solve these things all by yourself, sentence reordering all by yourself. Like see here an example. Number 1, an important and / important / has / plays / music / leaves / in / are. Now here, an important has plays music lives in are. Okay, I read it again. An important has plays music lives in are. So if I try to use my common sense and trace out the meaning here, I feel like that here something has been told about probably music. Okay, so if I take music as number 1, music. Very good. So then I need to find out the verb. So music here is my subject. Now I need to find out the verb here. So here you see has, yes, there's only one verb. An important has plays music lives in are. So here I don't have any other verb, so but only has. So music has. Good. So music has what? Music has got an important role. Okay, an important place rather. So important place. Has important place. So I can put has one important or many important. To mark that, I can use an, the article an here. So music has an important place. Important place where? Important place. So our lives, whose lives? Our lives. So in our lives, on our lives, at our lives, for our lives. So I'll prefer in our lives, right? So the preposition to be located here. So the answer that comes is music has an important place in our lives. Okay. Now number 2, love of others, good manners, and win the respect. Now here I find so many words that can be subject. Like love can be a subject, good manners can be the subject, respect can be the subject. But here I find love and respect. And if I read the sentence again, love of others, good manners, and win the respect. Okay. So what can win us respect? Love or good manners? Good manners. So we can keep good manners as our subject. As we can try at least. So good manners, subject. Now the next verb that I want to, love of others and win the. Now here good manners. So love cannot be the verb here with good manners. Why? Here it must not be good manners, love. No, not possible. So good manners, win is there. So win is again a verb. So good manners win the. Win, I told you that within the two slash which you have, if you get two words or the phrase should be all that same. So win the. So good manners win the. Win the what? Respect and love. Love and respect. Whatever you write, it would be correct. Love and respect from whom or of whom? Of others. So good manners win the love and respect of others. So this is how you arrange the sentence. Now examples again, some more. Number 3, Mother Teresa, missionaries, greatest one was of the time of our. Mother Teresa, missionaries, greatest one was of the time of ours. See, if you just close your eyes and read out the words, somewhere you will find the words to be arranged in front of you. Virtually, you'll be able to, order the sentence with the meanings which is there, with the meanings which are there. So, Mother Teresa, of course, this is the subject. There's the proper noun, and there's no other way or no other subject possible to it. So Mother Teresa is our subject, and what is the verb? Was is the verb. So one of the greatest. So Mother Teresa was. We have got this much. And then the words which are left, missionaries, greatest one of the time of our. So Mother Teresa was what? Was one of the is already there, and then after the you get the superlative degree. So greatest what? Greatest missionaries of whom? Of our time. Okay, so here I'm not always there's fixed rules that I'm maintaining. Some of the sentences I feel like that when you take the subject or when you are able to find out the subject correctly, you're able to arrange the sentences accordingly. And at times you see that I'm just reading out the sentences and getting an idea of it and trying to arrange that. So for me, if you ask, the more effective way is to read the sentence and arrange it. Just try to catch hold of the subject and the verb, and then you'll be able to just arrange it properly. Now number 4, dedicated the poorest of entire life, the poor, she, to her, the service of. Dedicated the poorest of entire life, the poor, she, to her, the service of. Okay, so as I told you that the first way to find out the subject is to find out the noun or the pronoun used. So here I find she. So she then after that the verb. So she dedicated. Now she dedicated the poorest of entire life service. So she dedicated entire life. But whose entire life? Her. So she dedicated her entire life. Okay. Now this part of the sentence is ready. She dedicated her entire life. Okay. And after this, you find that I can take the preposition to. To what? To the service of. To the service of the poorest of the poor. You keep the superlative degree before the poorest of the poor. Okay, means out of the poor, who was the poorest? She used to dedicate her entire life to the service of those very people. Okay, class. So this is how, or these are the ways through which we can order the or reorder the sentences correctly. So try doing it at home. You'll get an ample number of this sentence reordering in any of the grammar books of class 9 and 10. Or you can try getting it from the internet also. You just type it down, sentence reordering or sample questions for sentence reordering, and you get a number of it. And I'll be also providing you with some worksheets of it. First, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'll be giving you the worksheets on sentence reordering. And after that, I'll provide you with a practice of the integrated one. Means error correction I have done, omission I have done, and sentence reordering today I have done. So 3 of it, I'll do an integrated practice sheet of all this. Okay, so I guess this video proves to be important for you and quite very helpful for you. And if you have any query, please give it in the comment section as you are all doing. And please do the works given in your copy, and keep a watch in the school website. Follow the YouTube links and be safe and stay at home. Thank you and have a nice day.